approximately 1.3 million legally blind people in the United States alone. And these numbers are only expected to go up as our population gets older. What constitutes being legally blind, you might ask? Well, in order to be considered legally blind, a person has to have corrected vision to 2200. That means a person wearing corrective lenses would have to be 20 feet away from an object in order to see what a normal-sighted person could see from 200 feet away. Many vision impaired people live independent lives and are able to get around with a cane or with the aid of other people, but some people choose a different route. Some people choose a guiding eye dog. Where do guiding eye dogs come from, and how are they trained? Well, there are many guiding eye training facilities throughout the United States, and it takes approximately $42,000 in 2.5 years to train a guide dog from the time it's a puppy until the time it's placed with its human. This is where you come in. The largest chunk of training does not happen in these training facilities. It happens in homes of volunteers across the United States. People like you and me open up their homes and become puppy raisers. Let me tell you, this is one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done in my life. The process to becoming a puppy raiser is as follows. First, you need to seek out a local facility in your area. For me, it was Guiding Eyes for the Blind, based out of Yorktown Heights, New York. They service the entire northeastern part of the country, from Maine to Virginia and west to Ohio. They got us in contact with a local chapter right here in Delaware, where they gave us our puppy training. After about a month, we got a phone call telling us that there was a puppy ready to come to our house for the next 12 to 15 months for training. When we first got our puppy, she was about 8 weeks old. She was already housebroken and crate trained, and she was ready to start training right away. The purpose of the training for puppy training is you're going to socialize the dog and you're going to do general obedience training. You're going to teach the normal sit, stay, stand, how to walk on a leash without pulling and tugging, all the stuff you would do with your dog normally. You're going to do this in your home, and you're also going to go on multiple field trips every week. You need to go to public places. You want to go to the mall. You want to go to a grocery store, to a park, anywhere there's lots of noise and commotion, so the puppy can learn to ignore the noise and to do what it's trained to do. You'll also go to monthly puppy meetings with your local chapter, where all the dogs in the local area are going to get together. You're going to do training together, games with the dogs, again, more socialization skills. On occasion, you will have puppy swaps, where you're going to take somebody else's puppy home and they're going to take yours for about a week, and that will allow the dogs to socialize and learn in a different environment. Again, it's all about socialization and obedience training for these dogs at this point in their lives. Now, you're going to have this dog, like I said, in your house for about 15 months. But don't worry, if you need a break, if you're going to go on a family vacation somewhere where you can't take the dog for that time, you're not going to put it in a kennel. You're going to talk with your local chapter, and they're going to arrange for a puppy sitter. Now, a puppy sitter is a volunteer just like you, only they don't have a dog full time. They take the dogs in for 1 to 2 weeks at a time and give other people a break. This is another way where you could get involved in the program if you're not ready to take a full-time commitment and becoming a full-time puppy raiser. You could be a puppy sitter. Now, like I said, after about 18 months, the puppy is going to be sent back or called back to training up at the training center. This is a happy and a sad day at once. You see lots of smiles and you see lots of tears. It's a lot like sending your child off to college. I was extremely sad to see my little girl go, but I was also very proud that she had been accepted into the next phase of training. Now, if your dog makes it through the next phase of training, in about 6 months, you'll get an invitation to a graduation ceremony in the mail, where you can go up and you can see the dog that you raised with her new partner. If your dog does not graduate, and 50% of the dogs that are accepted into the further training do not graduate, you as a family member the family that raised the puppy will get first rights to take her into your home as a pet or a family member. Without the help of people like you, these programs cannot succeed. They receive no federal funding. They survive on donations and volunteers. The purpose of these programs are to give vision impaired people greater personal freedom, independence, and dignity. by providing them with the finest bred and trained guide dogs in the world. And they do this at absolutely no charge to the vision impaired person. If you're interested, two good places to start to find a chapter near you would be www.guidingeyes.org or www.guidedogsofamerica.org. I'd like to leave you today with a testimonial from a recent graduate from the Guiding Eyes for the Blind, Tim Spencer. For me, life with a cane was not an option. I was diagnosed as a child with retinoblastoma, which is cancer of the retina. But I didn't go blind until about 2 years ago. I did my best to cope, but time with my wife and my son changed dramatically. I love sports, working out and running, and taking my son to the park. I walked fast, and the cane impeded my stride. It got in the way of everything. I knew there had to be a better way, and Guiding Eyes for the Blind was the answer. My guide dog Iggy is perfect for me. The first time we walked together, life took a turn for the better. I may have to be an example for my 3-year-old son. He too is afflicted with retinoblastoma. Right now, aggressive treatments and surgeries are helping him to hold on to his eyesight. Guiding Eyes helps people like me with families like mine every day. Thank you.